Hello everyone and welcome to another Timeless video. So today we're going to be taking a look at Convoke Winota deck in Timeless format. So this list comes from Old Art. They have gone 7-0 with this deck in the Timeless Challenge. I have altered the deck ever so slightly so that we're playing one more copy of Surveilland, and we're also playing one more copy of Roleplaying Attendant, and we're also playing 2 copies of Amara, Voice of the Conclave. Last time I played Winota in a more Naya shell, I have really enjoyed having Amara, Voice of the Conclave in the deck. This card is just absolutely broken. The key cards you want to grab is the Conclave Tribunal. If you're playing against Show and Tell, they Show and Tell, you can put the Conclave Tribunal onto the battlefield. Or, you know, if you just need another removal spell, just grab another Conclave Tribunal. It's just simple as that. And the fact that it also has a Knight Errant of Eos is also quite insane. So Amara can generate another card, and in this case, we'll grab a Knight Errant of Eos. And the Knight Errant of Eos also generates 2 additional cards, so the card is just absolutely busted. There's also some other cards out there, but last time I already covered that, so we'll just go into details of other cards that we have. And of course, we're also playing 2 copies of Knight Errant of Eos, similar to the original version. But what's strange here is that, as you can see from the look of the deck actually doesn't have Agent of Treachery. All the Winota decks that I've seen so far has been playing the Agent of Treachery just because the card is really good against Show and Tell. But if you played these Winota decks with Agent of Treachery, you probably have felt that drawing these Agent of Treacheries doesn't exactly feel very good. So when I saw this list, I was already very intrigued in seeing what this deck could do without the Agent of Treachery, because I'm super down to just cut the Agent of Treachery altogether. So similar to last deck that I played, there's a lot of tax cards. We have Anointed Peacekeepers, we have some Juggernaut Peddlers, and Orcish Bowmasters. So there's a lot of tax cards in this deck. So I'm excited to try this deck out. That went 7-0. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Timeless Best of 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. Okay. That's a good start. I'm going first. Okay, I'll keep this one. I guess I can go fetch land into potential swords, ancient ziggurat. So I believe this deck is splashing red just a tiny bit, so I don't... What do I get rid of though? Maybe it's just swords. Nah, that can't be right. You know what? I think I am going to get rid of a Juggernaut. Play this and pass. Bobble. Control deck. Ooh. Well, we got a Juggernaut. I think we still go Roleplaying Attendant first. Anointed Peacekeeper. Let's Juggernaut first. Because if this sticks, I can go Amara again. So, like, we'll see. Wow, that's stuck. Amazing. So opponent has a Fatal Push, but they don't actually have... Like, we don't care about this. We don't care about Commit, Fatal Push. It seems like they're just going to lure in Revealed Brainstorm. Maybe I just try to aggro them down as much as possible. Get rid of a Fatal Push. Christ, they let the Fatal Push go. Nice. Okay, so I believe... I think they mentioned you put a Cavern of Souls Then you take out a copy of an ancient ziggurat, something like that. Or maybe I go like -1 concealed courtyard. Doesn't look like we need swords. They play bauble, so Lavinia could be useful. I guess Veil of Summer could be very nice. Let's go. This thing's too slow, right? I like this one. I like this one. I think in response to them fetching, I am going to crack this fetch land in case of a stifle. Let's go with the lush. Ooh, that's actually really good. Surveillance are just so good in Timeless. It's just so good. So they had a swamp, meaning that they can't play a counterspell here. Unless they have the 1-mana counterspell for 1 toughness creatures. Wow. Orcish Bowmaster Central. I guess we just keep playing Orcish Bowmasters. Yeah. I wish we had one more land. That would be so sick. -3, -3. That's a lot of Bowmasters. Nice, we got a land. Jarina. I think Jarina is actually really good against their deck. Let's attack. Play the knight. Nice. They had a drown in the lock. They were looking at our graveyard just now. But there's only 2, so... Convoke cards, very, very good against drown in the lock. Turns out. Okay. Oh, that's so sick. Plains and pass. That is so sick. Next turn is gonna be unreal. Band control, perhaps. That's actually kind of... Oh, I was gonna say... I think you counter this Delighted Halfling, right? Because this makes, like, future counter spells uncounterable? Really? Well, I don't want to do this, but... we might have to go Cleric for the Cavern of Souls. Bant control. Stifle? No. Oh, maybe it's swords. Okay. Uro. 3 cars in the yard. It's tempting. It's tempting to swords now. But they're gaining so much life if I do that. I'm scared of board wipe, honestly, at this point. But it's game 1. Maybe I should just go all in. And maybe I should just go all in. Oh, I made a mistake. I didn't know this was, Yeah, that's my bad. Oh, wow. Spring Verdict. Sucks to see a Spring Verdict. So this deck only plays 2 copies of Spring Verdict in the entire deck, in the main deck. So, pretty unfortunate that we got Spring Verdict there. Super unfortunate. March of the Multitude. I think we go with the Conclave Tribunal for the Uro instead of a Swords because they're gonna gain so much life, right? And if the Conclave Tribunal gets countered, then we have Swords as a backup. Okay, they just have 2 copies of Uro. But at least they're tapping out, so Conclave Tribunal isn't going to get countered. Also, we could just draw on Winota and just kind of win the game here as well. Oh, wow. So I believe they ran out of board wipes. No more board wipes for the rest of the game, so maybe a blessing in disguise. Yeah. Having a 2 copy of Spring Verdict in your top 20 is pretty insane. Another Uro. I know this deck plays 4 copies of Uro because I think this deck also plays a bunch of Stifles. Also, wow, Teferi in this economy?
Oh, I've done the hero thing.
Hmm. Maybe a counter spell coming out. They had a Teferi. I shouldn't have shocked there.
Here goes nothing.
Whoa, Karn! Okay, so they're just completely on a different deck than I thought. Okay, let's go to the next game. So now our plan is to potentially get the Juggernaut Peddlers down as soon as possible, and hopefully we just kind of win the game by taking away their board wipes. That is going to be the plan here. Swords is... I think Swords is okay, but... Swords. Is there a better card? Pitting Needles? Perhaps? Because they play a lot of Planeswalkers? Yeah, Juggernaut is gonna be the best card in this matchup. I'm gonna keep this. Even though I can't really cast the Orcish Bowmaster. I think I have to name humans here. Hopefully we get a land. That'll be nice. So we'll go Juggernaut first, and then we'll Jurina once their graveyard fills up, or even potentially next turn. Okay, so we got rid of Oko, so that's really good. Change equation doesn't really... Yeah, it's not gonna do anything. We have Cavern of Souls. Okay, so I'll just name Orc then. I'll name Archer. And we'll go... Maybe I'm supposed to actually go Bowmaster now. Since they have a Brainstorm. Although I do think we have to Bowmaster now, even though they have a Brainstorm. Because I need to play my Anointed Peacekeeper next turn, or a Winota. Also, I thought they passed the turn? My bad. So we gotta name Supreme Verdicts, right? With the Anointed Peacekeepers. Unless this last card is exactly another... Ooh, Winota. I think Anointed Peacekeeper is a lot safer. Yeah, there you go, Supreme Verdict. The next turn we should be able to win. Or we can go Anointed Peacekeeper first, if we don't think we're going to be able to win. I mean, we do only have 6 damage here. They just gain some life. We'll go Anointed Peacekeeper again. Bunch of swords. Can I win if I call swords? Opponent goes down to 5 life. They kill one of the annoying peacekeepers. I think so. I think that's GG's. Okay, the tax worked. That was a great taxing. Okay, although Cavern of Souls really good, I can't keep a one-lander. Now that is a juicy one. I'm fetching first, obviously. They play a Stifle. It's a Schrödinger Stifle. I still haven't seen it yet, but they do have it. Extraction Specialist. All of their removal spells. Exile. Doesn't hurt to have one though. If they manage to sneak in a board wipe somehow. So we'll go Juggernaut first into Jarina. Okay, nice. This is really nice. Also, Wombo combo. Look at this. Vigilance. Convoke. Very nice. Let's grab Temple Garden. Into the Mara. I think we go for March. Jarina is so good in this situation because it has it makes our board indestructible. Juggernaut. Also, Jarina plus Extraction Specialist is a combo. Wow. Isn't that interesting? I wish we had one more creature, but it is what it is. Ooh, Orcish Bowmaster. That is a card. And a Ropeline Attendant.
I will invert the world to watch kings grovel and worms rule.
Really?
Surely you see the humor here.
Maybe they have a board wipe. They soars now.
You are fouler than a fiend.
Seems like they have another swords. Might have to chump with this orc army token. Let's actually do this. And chump. No. Let's actually do this and attack here. And we're gonna chump with the Juggernaut, and we're going to reanimate it with the Extraction Specialist. Wait, why didn't it attack?
Not fair.
What? I thought I declared the attack. Did I not? Opponent shocks. Okay.
Evil must not be tolerated. I will not lose a
Probably one ring, right? But that's okay because Juggernaut is going to get rid of the one ring there. Maybe I just March of the Multitude for one? Is that even worth it? I think it actually might be because we have a lot of Convoke cards. Even though this is not like most amazing one ever, but I think this is pretty good. Nice. Very nice. Hate to see it. Hate to see a forest. I'm on the draw with the Surveil land. No companions, so maybe we can expect an Omnitel. Maybe I'll keep this one. Okay, never mind. That's really bad. I'll keep all the lands. So basically, at the moment, get the Winota down and win the game immediately. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I think you take the Winota, right? Okay. Fair enough. Looks like they have a 3-mana card next turn. I just realized we don't have a non-human creature. So that was a pretty nice pickup for our opponent. Deathrise Shaman, that's fine. It's also fine. Well. We could go Extraction Specialist, or is it Anointed Peacekeeper? Let's go with Anointed Peacekeeper, actually. If they have one ring, though... Yeah, let's go with Anointed Peacekeeper. I think we're actually going to get Jurina. That's not good because they can just kill the Anointed Peacekeeper. We drew all the humans instead of the non-humans. Looks like Extraction Specialist is actually getting the Juggernaut then. Necro. Well, I will say this is not good. This is not good. We're getting attacked for a lot of damage every single turn. Honestly, the vampire deck is quite insane. Oh, that's a good one. That's actually a good one. Free damage. I think we have one more plan. One more we can do. Chomp. The thing is, the fact that they have a Deathray Shaman means that we're just going to lose to Deathray Shaman. Oh, they have a Bowmaster as well. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to win with Winota here. It's just too late, right? We drew all the humans, so our Winota became really bad. So let's have a Brutal Cathar. Let's have a Pitting Needles for Sorin plus Necropones. Veil of Summer. How good is Veil of Summer? I think it's actually pretty good. And we'll have a Demonic Tutor to get the Pitting Needle. Let's get rid of a Jurina. Actually, maybe we're sideboarding out some Knights. Orcish Bowmasters. Not gonna be very good against their deck. I mean, they do have a Preacher? Let's still go down on some Orcish Bowmasters. I don't think aside from Preacher, like Orcish Bowmaster is particularly good. Let's go down on a copy of Baroque Line as well. Also, Eowyn's not gonna be that good, I feel like. Wait, did the sideboarding just not work because I didn't click save? Well, that's not good. What I'll say is this hand looks pretty good. Green, white. Graph Digger's Cage. Short. It's still a beatdown, like, nonetheless, right? Like, it's not the worst. Let's get rid of, Dark Ritual. Let us attack with the Juggernaut Peddlers. Depends on what I get with the Mara. I guess I'll source the Deathray Shaman. Knight. I'll grab a Knight. You know what? Let's just get rid of a Deathray Shaman. They could be stuck on lands. This deck doesn't play that many lands, so If they get stuck on lands, it's great for me.
Defeating you will not bring pleasure.
No freaking way. No freaking way that just happened. So lucky. That's insane. I don't know what to say. Yeah, that's insane. After looking at their hand, and they top deck a Vein Ripper into a land.
My bloodline flows through you.
I don't know. You know, what can I say? Yeah, we're just dead. But that opponent did get pretty lucky there. They had a Vein Ripper into a land. That is just not fair. No. Come to think of it, don't think I played Winota once and we won most of our games? That's pretty good. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good. Deathrise Shaman start? Maybe I should have actually kept the Yoan. I thought it was gonna be Jund. Okay, Tribal Flames. Let's grab a Temple Garden. I see why they played Tribal Flames. I actually don't think I give them a card. I think Juggernaut Peddler is a lot scarier than what they have right now. Nice, Anointed Peacekeeper, that was actually pretty nice. Let's go Peacekeeper. That'll waste them a turn, Tribal Flaming. Because I don't want them to use Giganta next turn. So they have to Tribal Flame here. Both of us just flooding like hell. Knight. I could also just play this out, but I don't want to really shock myself right now. A specialist? I don't think so. Pretty slow game from both players here. nice. Okay. We'll go with the ropeline attendant first, and we'll chump block with this. Binding on Knight. Can they attack with Giganta though? At 6 life? Okay, well, now they can definitely. Winota. Well, well, well. Winota attacking again. Seems decent. Okay, next game. We both had a really slow start. Really slow start. Let's have a Brutacatharin. The Brutacathar, Jurina is going to be pretty important together. Same with the Owen. Not sure about Juggernauts. Juggernaut. Yeah, I think I'll try something like this. Let's go. Might be good enough. I don't know. Going second, no one drops. But we do have a roleplay attendant. But yeah, it's a bit slow, isn't it? Maybe it was a mulligan. Especially if opponent also has a 1-drop here. Man, it's really tough. I really wish this deck can go up to 4 copies of Deathrite Shaman. For instances like this. Okay, that makes sense if they're playing Breakout. They found a Bowmaster, which is not the most impactful card, but the fact that they have a Ragavan there kind of scares me. Seems like they also have a Lightning Bolt as well here, so that's also not very good. And we're also flooding. Yuck. Very yuck. It wasn't an unholy heat. Well, it's actually really great that we're flooding like this because they're actually helping us. Kind of hope they don't actually kill the Juggernaut in response right now. Okay, so they have a Tribal Flame. Let's actually grab a Binding. And we'll go Amara. Ancient Imperator. Or gain 4 life. I think we just go for the Venerated Loxodon. Block. I think not. Nice. That's actually huge. And we can, in response, kill the... I think we'll kill the Juggernaut, actually. Like, Ragavan is not much of a threat at the moment. We are kind of low. Maybe we should have actually gotten the 4 life there. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, we should have definitely gotten 4 life there. I will say. Okay, never mind. Gotta find and then the Deathray Shaman. That's really nice. Let's actually... Nah, if I attack with the Juggernaut, I think they just block with the Ragavan here. Yeah, let's go Deathray Shaman. Go Venerate Loxodon and then fetch a Giganta. You know what's funny? We actually don't have a red source if Winota ever does come down. I mean, actually no, Giganta can generate the mana. So that's not bad. They went for the Kavu. Oh no! Wait, hold up. I guess, okay, here's the deal. So I don't want the Deathray Shaman to deal damage to me. So I guess if they exile land, that's good. They're wasting a turn, not killing me. That's what I thought. Okay, that should be game. These tokens are not human, so these are citizens. Yep. Yep. Okay, so I actually really like this version. I really like this version, even without the Agent of Treachery. Like, the fact that I can draw a card and don't have to worry about having a dead card in my hand, it feels amazing. So, obviously, we had an Agent of Treachery back then, right? Like, that's, like, here in the Winota deck. So, not only does this prevent us from not playing Companion, which is terrible, but so I didn't really show it in the video, but in my mind, I'm like, man, this card is so bad every time I drew Agent of Treachery. So, I really like this version, where the Winota isn't really relying on hitting the agent, but rather just, you know, just kill your opponent. Just some humans down, like with the Jarina, Knight. Like, this is still a 4/4 beater. If you get a Winota, that's a haster. Eowyn can get rid of a zoo creatures, Anointed Peacekeepers, just a solid 3-mana card that deals 3 damage. If you hit an Extraction Specialist, that could also grab an Orcish Bowmaster or Juggernaut Peddlers. Like, so I really like this version without the agent. It's actually great. It's a great feeling where you don't have to worry about drawing bad cards because the deck only plays good cards. So I really enjoy the top end being a knight because you can cast this even though you don't have enough mana, since you can just convoke this card. And also, I really like the fact that we're playing Amara. Like, I don't know. Have you seen some of the things that Amara was doing? Like, this card is broken. This card is broken. So let me tell you why this card is broken. So you have a knight where it's more expensive, right? It's more expensive than Amara, but the requirement requires you to convoke your cards. Because if you don't convoke your cards, you don't get the value. But Amara says, even though this is a lower costed card than a Knight Errant Abios, not only can you convoke with your creatures, so you don't have to pay any mana, but even if you didn't convoke, you still get to drop the card. Like, this card is broken. And although we like flood in a lot of these cases because we don't really, the deck actually doesn't have any ways to prevent flooding, but Amara, the fact that it constantly gives you an extra card, Knight Errant Abios giving you extra cards as well. Like, you always have something to do with your mana, whether that be casting the convoke cards or fetching the Giganta and casting it. Like, the deck has a lot of resources that, like, hidden resources that you might not expect. So honestly, I really like everything in the deck. Durina protecting the Winota, Durina sacrifice getting back with Extraction Specialist, Brooded Cathar, you can fetch with Winota, but if it's a nighttime, it becomes a non-human so that it also triggers Winota. Also playing the best cards like Deathrise Shaman, Orcish Bowmaster, Ropeline Attendant, just insane in Convoke deck. Besides Delighted Halfling, I actually really like this deck. One thing I will say though, we didn't play against any Blood Moon deck. Blood Moon deck is probably going to be like a nightmare. We do have a Pick Your Poison in the sideboard. And also, Lavinia is a little bit suspicious, right? Because we only have 5 blue sources. But I guess if you pair it up with the Deathrise Shamans and the Land Halfling, that's 11 sources of blue where you can cast the Lavinia. But I'm kind of thinking, why play this over Boromir? Boromir, you can just cast it. You can also bring Boromir into a lot of different matchups. But I'm guessing they made the conscious decision to put Lavinia because they can just sideboard out some Ropeline Attendants in place of a Lavinia. So I think that's the reason here. Other things to mention. So as for the sideboard, the Pick Your Poison is going to be for, well, they do mention Show and Tell, and I can see why that could be. Because it does actually sacrifice a creature with flying, but sacrificing the enchantment isn't going to work unless you also have an Lavinia down as well. I mean, I guess it could be good because if opponents expecting a Boromir or Lavinia, there's a better chance of them actually throwing down potentially like Sarah's Emissary or the Aatraxa down onto the battlefield. Then you can use this on your turn to sacrifice a flying creature. But the enchantment option isn't going to come up often because you do have to have a Lavinia down on the battlefield. And this also deals with the Blood Moon as well, so that's actually pretty good. And the Veil of Summer versus the Mirror Control and Breach decks. And we have 2 copies of Pithing Needle versus Planeswalkers like Oko, Mengsk Gambu, Yawgmoth, things like that. And a Demonic Tutor. So I was actually curious about what the Demonic Tutor is for, but apparently it is for grabbing your Pithing Needle or Yasharn. And speaking of Yasharn, Yasharn is apparently here for the Yawgmoth deck. So players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate abilities. So that means opponent can't use Yawgmoth, and they also can't use Natural Order. And obviously, Lavinia versus Show and Tell. You have a Brooded Cathar versus Zoo matchups and other creature decks, and you have a copy of Cavern of Souls. I've actually sideboarded in a lot of Cavern of Souls in this session because we played against two different control decks, right? We played against the Mirror Control. We also played against the Band Control. So very good. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. And if you did, as always, leave a like, comment below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye.